What's up, y'all? I think it's the first time I'm just going live for the sake of just going live on Instagram. So if anybody pops in, it's cool. If nobody pops in, it's all good in the neighborhood. So, keep it simple today, family. I have an agenda when I go live on Instagram, but I'm just going live for the sake of going live today. Those who pop up, pop up. Those who don't, they don't. I'm doing some meal prep today, so it's all good in the neighborhood. In fact, something a little bit stronger. There we go. Nobody popped in yet, but it's all good. It's meal prep day. Alright. Try to eat healthy, gotta eat to live, right? So you got to eat to live, as they say. So alright. Trying to keep it healthy. Got the salad, got the tomatoes, got the carrots, got the peppers. So trying to keep it a little healthy up here. I'll live to see another day, as they say. So it's all good in the neighborhood. Tis what it is, as they say. Thank you so much. Yes, you did. What's up, Max? Let's go. Cool. Get that salad up in there. You're making a mess all over the place. What's up, man? easy stuff out the way first, then gotta get the chopping going. So, a little bit of carrots up in there, not too much, just a little something. Go from there. Yeah. I think we're good to go on that. Alright, so that's the easy part. Now it's time to get to the chickadee chop on. However, where's the knife at? There it is. The knife. That. Alright, let's get the rest of my food. Tell me don't see what we got. That's a good time again. Said I was your friend. I'm going home. Anybody in yet? Nope. Got y'all bouncing again. Yeah, maybe outside. Yeah, gotta get that orange up in me. So, keeping a good immune system. Haven't caught a disease since the pandemic happened, and I'm not going to start now. I had a cold. Most had sinus infections. That's about it. So I'll take that over COVID or anything else any day. No green tea, some cereal, all that good stuff. What you got? Organic green tea, the good stuff. Got y'all bouncing again. On the street Talking about my business, I'm a be yeah, cool. My 19 keys on. Shout out to 19 keys. Nothing but love and respect to the whole EYL University. And some realness. Get nothing but love and respect from them. So I see I got the whole 9, got the oranges, got the cereal, got the salads. Keeping it nice and healthy. I'm trying to live. You know, brother's in his 40s now, so I'm thankful for that. In Jackson, Mississippi, I will be in your neck of the woods in the next 2 weeks. So checking out some real estate. You know, trying to get more in touch with my southern roots. Houston, Texas, I will be there next month too. In July to Canada, August, San Francisco, and Atlanta, Georgia. So I'll be traveling a lot these next couple of months. So, but I'm looking forward to it. So the world has been officially open for over a year now, and y'all got to take advantage of it. So, and the best way to, you know, the one thing I learned with all this technology, still nothing beats you being face-to-face with people. Nothing beats you having boots on the ground. Like last weekend, we went to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and Reading, Pennsylvania to do some more, I guess, you know, people in the military call it recon. You know, talking to the locals, looking at the properties, you know, walking the streets, getting perspective, because you can do all this research online all day, every day, but nothing beats physically doing something a lot of times, you know, even in today's digital world. Okay? Nothing beats that face-to-face, you know. As a joke somebody made one time, you know, and this is no shade or any shots towards the OnlyFans people. You do what you do. Porno has been legal in America for a long time, so I don't care what you do with it or not. As long as you're not hurting anybody, not breaking any laws, I don't care what you do. But I mean, I would imagine somebody, well, I guess it's two sides of it, because when it comes to the OnlyFans, I would imagine that the customer eventually would want the real thing, you know. But then you have some people who are that socially awkward to the point that they love, like, and I'm a socially awkward person. Online looks like I'm a great extrovert, but I am really an introvert in real life. But real talk is like, you think that eventually somebody wants the real thing. But a lot of times people don't. We live in an age now where people are very content with fantasy. Heck, I just saw a video with Elon Musk, and this is no shot towards Elon Musk or anybody. I don't do shots at people. But I saw him and with these real life robots. We are definitely in the Terminator man versus machine era right now. And the robots look so real. It was crazy. Okay, to where, like, there's videos out there of people making out with robot, you know, actual females, real females. It's like, and that's why I said, it's like, we are living in an age of not even just people having to be in competition with robots and automation from a jobs perspective. We're moving towards a day and age, and I remember seeing videos like this back when, if you're an 80s baby like me, and you remember Tales from the Crypt. And if you ever saw Tales from the Hood, that was a good movie too. But Tales from the Crypt, there was this one episode with Tales from the Crypt where a guy fell in love with a woman who was a robot. And when they were making out, she accidentally got shot from the water and whatnot when water hit her from the shower, and he put all his money, his life savings into bringing this robot back to life. He didn't even want another robot. He wanted to bring that specific robot back to life. And we are living in a time now where that could become an actual thing. Whether it's right or wrong, it's not up to me, because you have so many people nowadays who are more comfortable with just dealing with individuals online instead of in real life. So now we are living in a time where you have people who are going to, the next generation of people could be, this is a possibility. I'm not trying to be Mr. Conspiracy Theory because I got nothing invested in this. But we are living in a time where you could see more male and females saying, I want a robot. I don't want a human being. I don't want human connection. I want robot connection. I want the female or the male to do what I say when I say. I don't want any conflict. I want something that feels and looks like a human being, but it's not an actual human being, because I want them to be programmed. Because heck, for a lot of people being in a relationship, men and women, all cultures, all around the world, whatever, it's about power dynamics and it's about control. Meaning, when I say jump, you say how high. So we're living in a time frame now where that is becoming normal. And not only that, but we're living in a time frame now where it's going to become more normal, because people are going to say, are you human or are you a robot? I don't mess with you. I just foresee a time that I'm going to see guys and women like, yeah, I don't really rock with people like that. I'm going to stick to my robots. You know, and that could be interesting. Who knows? But I could see that happening. Yeah, I don't rock with, because like you got this stupid nonsense now. I only talk to Democrats or Republicans. That's stupid crap. High school mentality, as I call that. Or you got to be a part of my fraternity or my sorority. Or if you never served in uniform in the military, I can't rock with you. My mindset is, if you're a good person, you're a good person. But that's just how I was brought up. Crazy concept. And this is a person who comes from an Army family, an Army background, and who comes from growing up in a place between a Marine Corps base and an Army base. So, what do I know? But shout out to the veterans. Nothing but love and respect to them. As always, Memorial Day will be here soon. So, my father passed away when he was in the Army. So, nothing but love and respect to the veterans. As I said, I just don't do clubs and cliques. That's just not my thing. That's just a personal thing. But, because my mindset is, if you're a good person, you're cool in my book. I don't need nothing else out of you. Just be a good person, be an honorable person, and be good. Everything's chicken but the bone, as they say down south. But these are the crazy times we're living in. Because you're going to be competing with robots, whether you like it or not, from an economic standpoint and from some instances, a physical standpoint, a relationship standpoint, maybe even a friendship standpoint. Like, we are in that time. Now, am I saying, are the robots going to take over like Terminator and going to turn on the humans and kill us all? I don't know. I'm not going to act like I know everything, because I don't. But I will say that we're living in times where that's going to be normal. Heck, I think during the pandemic, it became more and more normal for people to not even want to ever return back to a regular 9 to 5. More and more normal for people to never want to do anything social anymore. Everything has to be online. Heck, I'm on Instagram right now. It doesn't get more, And the beautiful thing about Instagram is that, hey, we have all these beautiful opportunities to engage with people that we know, that we don't know. And social media has its gifts and curses, just like anything else in this life. But the one thing I love about social media, it's allowed me to grow in so many different ways. So, and tune the world out or tune in, either way. I call it a win-win situation. All right. I guess I'm going to start getting my chop on, multitasking. Woke up a little earlier today. Yesterday I slept in, and I felt like a rock star. So I think that's one thing, people who are grinding, regardless of what you do in this life, I think that's one thing that we don't talk about enough, as far as getting some rest. You know, as you even see, you know, just getting some rest doesn't mean you gotta be lazy, but just getting some rest and relaxing and doing what you got to do to bring up the quality of life for you and those around you. Because if you don't, you know, take the time to just relax and chill, turn your brain off, let your body relax, and you can run yourself ragged to the point where, you know, and that's why a lot of times you got to have a vacation from your vacation. You know, usually when I get back from a trip, I like to take a day off from work. I don't take a day off from doing this as far as content because I just love, this is like therapy for me. You know, making content, working out, and going and traveling. That's my therapy. Everybody needs some sort of therapy in life. Doesn't mean because you get therapy that there's something wrong with you mentally, but I think everybody needs some sort of outlet to help them relax. You know, some people paint, some people play video games. You know, everybody's got their thing. You know, everybody's got their thing. Some people go to the shooting range. Some people, what is it? They work on cars. They sculpt. Everybody's got an outlet, man. You know, and I think, and I actually implore everyone to have some sort of outlet in this life because, you know, when you have such a regimented life, and I'm guilty of this myself, that kind of makes life very boring for you and everyone else around you. You know, just keeping it real. So, all right, that's it. We got one more thing. That's the tomatoes. Gonna chop up these jokers right here, and we're gonna go from there. Grocery store is always out of the stuff I want, so stuff I need. What it is. I'm learning to go, even though you can do this whole Amazon fresh thing. You know, a lot of times I'm learning to just go to the store anyways, because you'll save way more money, and then you're not worrying about giving somebody a tip. There's no delivery fee, all that good stuff. So that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, learn to get out. I mean, and one thing the pandemic taught us, at least it taught me, learn to get out and just do you. You know, sometimes you just go, if you like to go to a bar or whatever you like to do, just go do it. No, it's definitely not. Yeah, if you like to go to a bar, then go do it. If you want to go take a walk in the park, then go take a walk. If you want to take a walk on the side of the road, take a walk. You want to go to a mall while they're still around and just sit, then do that. That's one thing I remember back when I was a teenager. We didn't have any money. We would just go places for the sake of going places, just to see something different, to see something new, be around some different people, and go from there. Those are some good times in life. Didn't realize how much that meant to me back then compared to now. You know, so, and a lot of times you just gotta go out and do something that's fun and that's free, or not even just fun, but it's something that's free. You know, because this whole trying to floss on people. Like I had a hater of mine who supposed to be a friend, but I'll leave that alone. He told another person, or as I like to call it, this is on some little girl nonsense. He told another person, like, why is Larry always trying to floss online when he goes someplace? And I'm like, most people, like, that go out of town, they like to take pictures and create memories. And if they want to share those memories with the world, then that's their business. Who cares? There's plenty of places around the world I've never been to, and I see people go, and I like the pictures or the videos, and I'm like, hey, man, have a good time. Or hey, young lady, have a good time. And do your thing. I don't hate on anybody. I'm like, hey, you're talking to me, you're showing me, hey, I need to boss up, and I need to get like, I've traveled all over the United States of America, but I'm ready to travel all over the world. I'm ready to see different places, see different cultures, engage with different people, and do different things, you know? And the one thing the lockdown always taught me is that you got to appreciate the fact that you can go out. Doesn't mean that you necessarily have to go out all the time, But you have to say to yourself, I can go out and do something, and let me go appreciate the fact. Like this weekend, I've been in the house most of the weekend because ever since I got back from Dallas and back in April, handling some family business, I've been going out every weekend doing something, whether it was productive or whether it was just for fun. I've been out and about doing what I do. But I've learned, like this weekend, I said, hey, I need to calm down, relax, especially since I'm about to go back out of town. There's no point in me going out this week and the next weekend. Let me just chill, and do what I do. I'm gonna go out later and probably within the next hour or two, meet up with a buddy to discuss some business. So have some fun and discuss some business all at the same time, because he's coming to Mississippi with me, and we got to discuss our plan of action and whatnot in regards to trying to buy some more real estate. But I just learned to utilize my time more wisely, and the people that are around me, show them, and the people that matter, show them the appreciation, because there's not that many people left in this life that I really rock with and roll with anymore. Most people, most people in this life are very phony, regardless of where they live at. Very have an opportunistic mindset and mentality, and they might smile in your face, but they'll stab you in the back the moment they get what they want out of you. Or as I call it, it's like a prison mindset / high school mentality. But I don't really rock with people like that. So when I rock with you, one, when I consider you a friend or whatever, that's what it is. I don't got to even talk about it. I'm just gonna, as they say down south, I'm gonna be about it. So that's just what it is. I'm gonna be about it, and actions always do speak louder than words. A lot of times people want to hear, but the biggest thief and the backstabber and the devil in life is the one that's going to tell you what you want to hear. But it's all about what you're trying to do at the end of the day. It's all about what they do. And when they do something, especially when they do something good for you, and sorry about the background, got the maid cleaning right now. But when they do something good for you, and they're not expecting anything in return, hang on to people like that. Because people like that, especially in this life, very, 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 very hard to come by, family. All right? I cannot really put it any other way. They are very hard to come by. Good, solid, down-to-the-earth people who will die for you, ride for you, die for you, be there for you. Because, if you know my saying, you've been watching my channel for a minute, I always say, make money moves or you're going to live, bro, like a fool. I always say that. But the biggest money move is when you can help others become the best version of who they are. The biggest money move you can do in this life is to be as healthy as you can be and promote healthy living. And that's why you see me making these salads right now. And then the biggest money move you can make is just being a good person, Because then the dollars come later. Then the value comes later. Everything else comes later. But just those simple values matter the most. And those simple values, doesn't matter if you're what race you are, religion you are, orientation, sexual orientation, or whatever you call yourself. It doesn't matter what state you live in. It doesn't matter your political affiliations, or as I like to call political nonsense. If you're just a good person, you're about doing good things in this life, then that's all that matters. That's the biggest, best money move anybody can make in this life. All right? I'm just going to keep it real on that one. But what do I know, right? I just try to keep it simple and keep it positive in a world filled. And then a lot of times you got to take this online world with a grain of salt. You really got to take it with a grain of salt, because the funny thing about this whole online world is that a lot of you would think that it's World War III out here. Now, is there dangerous parts of America and parts of the world? Yes. But hasn't there always been? And if you really want to look at the violence that's happened now, I look at my elders and they'll tell you the 80s and the 90s, that was some serious violence. I'm talking both decades as a whole. And for the political people, you had parties of all across the land running cities, states, and the federal government. So leave that political nonsense at the curb. I'm talking about people. All right? I'm talking about people. And whether you like it or I still haven't finished Snowfall yet, but I just started watching it again because I don't really watch that much TV. Usually when I do, I'm really a podcast kind of guy. I like to listen to podcasts. But, you know, the show Snowfall, that wasn't just Los Angeles. That was all over the major cities of the United States of America. Now, as far as Crips and Bloods and things of that nature, different story. But all cities had gangs. They had neighborhoods. They had cliques. Major cities, unlike today, you know, they're all being gentrified by corporate America. You know, back then, you know, most of the major cities were the most dangerous places to go, regardless if you was in Florida, Texas, California, New York, didn't matter. The inner cities was rough, okay? They were rough. All right, way before gentrification. So that's just what it is at the end of the day. So I think this is the longest live I've done in a long time on Instagram. But figured I'd see if anybody come in. Nobody has. It's all good. But appreciate it if anybody has come in, because I'm about to call it a day. I'm almost done with what I got to do, so I'll roll up out of here. But that's just what it is, man. Just focus on being a better person. Focus on being the best version of you. And that's all. At the end of the day, that's all you got to do. Keep it simple. And you find everybody needs their level of therapy. And when I say therapy, I'm just talking about something that you thoroughly enjoy doing, that you don't get paid to do, but you just thoroughly enjoy doing, and you'll do it for free. For some people, it's spending time with their kids. Some people, it's spending time with their dogs, their significant other. You know, some people, it's going to a game, playing, like I said, playing a video game, going to the gym. I already told you what I like to call my hobbies that I love to do. I love to work out. I love to travel. I love to make content. That's what and I like to make good, positive content, you know, because like I said, the social media world, it's, you know, the biggest clicks is when everybody's arguing with each other, cussing each other out, having non-intellectual conversation, and everything is all combative. And I know that's good for the algorithm, and that's what's going to get you to clickbait. So that's what it is. I'm not mad at that. You know, social media works how it's supposed to work, you know. I just know for me, whether I had a job or not, I never got into this whole social media thing, making content for the sake of arguing with people online. I did enough of that face-to-face in my 20s. I never got into this for the sake of having online beefs, roasting people, and I know that that's what gets the clickbait going. I'm not knocking anybody who does that, but that's never been my style. And it's like I tell people, the biggest thing for me, I want to argue about something. It's got to be life or death, real life or death situations. It's got to be about some money. It's got to be about some business. And darn sure not about money and business, especially as grown men. What are we arguing for? I think the only thing I'll roast, because I don't need to throw no names out there. This is just man talk to me. Grown men online in today's and tomorrow's day and age, making it normal to argue with people online when it has nothing to do with your day-to-day life and nothing to do with you increasing your portfolio, financial portfolio, making yourself and your family healthier, or learning something new. And I know that's what gets the clickbait. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's just not my style. So I'll leave it at that. That's not my style. That's not my cup of tea. That's not the way I like to be. So, but like I said, everybody's different. Everybody's got to do their thing, and I'll leave it at that. I don't judge. I just say, you know, not for me at the end of the day. A lot of things that are not for me, and I'll leave it at that. So, you know, but if it's for you, then it's for you. Like I said, sorry about the background vacuum noise. She should be done soon. But if it's for you, then it's for you. And if it's not, then it's not, you know. But we got to be about making our lives better. All right? Straight up and down. Make our lives better. Because to me, that's how you become the best trendsetter, is when you make your lives better. You know. And just go from there. So I think that's all I have for this afternoon's rant. You know, I might start doing this every Sunday, to be honest with you. Just get on Instagram, just ramble, and just talk. Do what I do. Hopefully somebody come on, somebody doesn't. But it is what it is. You know? But for the most part, it's a beautiful day outside. Life is good. And, you know, Life is good because we're alive and breathing. That's why life is good. Okay? I used to work with people and I would say good morning and they'd be like, what's good about it? And I'd be like, well, you're alive and you're breathing, aren't you? But I guess some people just don't see it that way. But it ain't my fault. Old school Silk the Shocker, it ain't my fault. So, yeah, ain't my fault, ain't my fault. So, it is what it is. It's like, I know usually people get on Instagram supposed to leave your stuff on for a minute, and I think I've been on for about an hour now, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, old school with it, old school with it. I know I should use my other chopper. I just thought about that. I would have been done chopping by now. Let's see. Got distracted with Instagram today, but it's all good. I think I might start doing this every Sunday though. Let me know in the chat. Should I start doing this every Sunday when I make when I do my meal prep? It's just rant and have random conversation. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that, Amazon. The day in the life, right? So, well, yeah, let me know in the chat, and maybe get more people to get their perspective on today's world, tomorrow's world. I always love to hear from parents because I don't have kids, so I'm not gonna act like, you know, I have dogs, so I'm a dog person. But my dog is knocked out next to me right now. But yeah, let me know, because, you know, the kids are the future, and they're the ones growing up in this world. I believe my generation, the 80s babies, we were the last ones to grow up in the analog/digital world. So, you know, we were the last ones to still have cassette tapes, CDs. Then we went from Blu-ray. Then we went from VHSs to DVDs. So we were the last generation to transition from analog to digital, you know, especially from, I'd say 2000 to now. That's when we saw the social media, you know, pop up. You know, we were the ones who were the teenagers or in our 20s when social media became of age, before social media even became an app. When the only way you could get on social media, you had to log onto your computer. And the only way you could do video chat or FaceTime is if you had to have an actual camera connected to your computer and whatnot. So we were the last generation to start with that. I mean, to have that, because like now it's like you got these kids that are growing up now, and it's just normal to have all this, you know, technology. You take somebody's cell phone away from a kid nowadays, it's like taking air out of their lungs. You know, you take a cell phone, like, what was it, this kid, I think he was in Buffalo, New York, and he like destroyed his mother's apartment. I would have killed the kid, I'm just gonna keep it real. But he destroyed his mother's apartment, busted up everything because the mother took his phone from him. Shoot, like I said, I'm not a parent, but when I was growing up, my mother would have killed me. Okay. And then the men in my family would have killed me. And if my dad was alive, rest his soul, he would have killed me. So somebody would have got killed if I would have destroyed my parents' properties. That's just what it is. Somebody would have got killed. But nowadays, this is the soft, touchy-feely, let's talk about a generation, right? Now, you can talk after you get your face stomped in. But anyways, on that note, do the great three things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. And as I always say, make money moves, or you're going to live, bro, like a fool. Take care.